This is the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, former TNA X Division champion and former TNA World Tag Team champion, and you are listening to the TNA Cross the Line podcast. Enjoy.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 225 of the TNA Crossline podcast. I'm Bob Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. In Dallas, last week, we saw video footage of an attempted murder when Abyss and Father James Mitchell basically invaded the home of Christian Cage, and Abyss almost drowned Christian in his own swimming pool. But luckily, Father James Mitchell had some level of knowledge that you can't win the title from a dead guy. So Abyss spared Christian's life because he's apparently going to be challenging for the title, I'm assuming, at Lockdown, although that has not been properly announced. But we also last week saw Sting in the Impact Zone acting like it's 1997 Nitro, hitting people with his baseball bat. And apparently, again, not yet confirmed, but from what we can gather, is that Sting's team at Lockdown appears to be AJ Styles, Rhino, and Ron Killings to take on Jarrett Steiner and AMW. And we are just a few weeks away from Lockdown, and we are 1 week away from TNA switching nights from going from Saturday to Thursdays, starting April 13th. So, Dallas, I may ask you yet again, how are we feeling about the direction of TNA?
Bob, a few weeks ago, let's see, what's the date on the show? About a month ago, ish. We saw a segment where the shock that Sting was not retired, beer spilling out of the mouths, silence for like 2 minutes straight. Arguably one of the best segments we've seen. We already said contender for segment of the year, like moment of the year. It was so good. And then we just saw Abyss try to drown Christian Cage in his own pool. So I'm feeling good, man. This shit is crazy. The stuff we are watching is insane. The vivid memories I have of watching this stuff, and now we're reliving it, and it's just as good, if not better, having better context and understanding of what the heck I'm watching. It's so good. Lockdown is looking like a killer show. We saw last week's show was so segment heavy. There was only 2 matches, but it didn't feel like that was a bad thing.
Oh, wow, you're right.
AMW retained the tag team titles against the James Gang. Let's see how long that went, just for 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Okay. And then Samoa Joe is our new number 1 contender for the X Division title for some reason by defeating Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, and Sanjay Dutt in 4 minutes, 15 seconds. So, Bob, we saw under 10 minutes in ring action on a roughly 42-minute show. I mean, an hour if you want to just round up to what it is on TV. But the segments were really good. The only thing that's kind of a bummer, as we discussed, is the Team Canada, Team 3D stuff. It just feels predictable. We don't think Team Canada is actually going to win anything there. But besides that, even that, like, it was a fun way to kick off the show at least. So there was a positive involved with it.
Yeah, I don't think I realized that there was the 2 matches. But yeah, I mean, what you're kind of saying here, I mean, the segments carried the show and being entertaining enough that I guess you didn't need to have a lot of matches.
Yeah, it's like it didn't matter. Whereas, like, sometimes, you could look at a show and be like, there's, like, no wrestling. and like that sucks. Or you could be the opposite, where it's like there is, or not the opposite. It's like the same thing, but it's like, okay, there's so many segments, but they all suck, and like so we want more wrestling. In this case, it was like the forward motion on all these storylines that we're seeing was so good. We didn't seem to really care that there was less wrestling, less in-ring stuff.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good, man. Lockdown. Christian Cage better accept this challenge, dude, or Abyss might actually kill him. I think if he doesn't, he's going to literally come back to his house and drown him in his pool.
Yeah, so I mean, what's kind of funny is like, I remember kind of as a high schooler watching this. I mean, you really kind of got the vibe from Abyss, like that he was going to murder somebody.
Yeah, and
so,
I feel like this is one of the first times in a while, maybe I'll say, because it's not like the only thing he's done, but like I truly feel like Abyss is a monster. This dude went to this guy's house and tried to murder him. He's like, okay, we better take him seriously. So
yeah, and it's all for the NWA World Title.
And I think that's really important because Abyss has not been elevated to this level yet. He's usually like, I'm going to be in the hardcore match on the pay-per-view. Now this dude's gunning for the heavyweight title, and I don't know. I think it's going really well. I also think this is a great way to keep Christian's name and be involved with TV, even though he's out filming a movie. Like we got these pre-filmed things, and like so we're not forgetting that Christian's our champion. He's just not live in the Impact Zone.
Yeah.
So I think that's I think we got a good use of that as well. So yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good. We do know on today's episode though that Abyss is actually going to be facing AJ Styles in a singles match, so that should be pretty solid. And then we, I think we're getting that arm wrestling match this week too, right? Between Konnan and Bob Armstrong.
Yep. Oh shit! Yeah.
Did they not want to do it in a cage? They didn't want to do it in a cage.
No, you can't. No.
Could you imagine?
I don't know if Konnan can get in there.
That's a really fair point.
With the hip.
Is Konnan going to get that fixed anytime soon so that he can actually wrestle, or is he just going to be limping around being a manager for the rest of his career now?
That's a very good question. Does he? Oh.
I can't think of another. I mean, I'm sure he does. Off the top of my head, I don't. Like, does he really work a lot more? I think once we kind of get back. I feel. I mean, I'm saying in TNA, like I feel like he's mostly ends up being a manager.
I mean, he probably right. So he wouldn't in. Certainly not in TNA, but probably in like AAA or something, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. See, now I gotta freaking look, dude. This is so annoying.
I'm literally doing it too. So.
Because I just you can tell he's having trouble walking. I mean, there's literally no denying that.
Okay, so he's definitely wrestled.
Okay, but
yeah.
Do you see this though? His TNA career is.
Well, right, yeah.
So that's what I was wondering even more.
Well, doesn't he like kind of like sue him?
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. It looks like he wrestles in 2018 for Impact.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, okay.
Concrete Jungle Death Match.
Oh, dude, that was so fun. That's when I'm pretty sure. Isn't that the one where they Melrose Ballroom? Oh no, that's
not low key in MLW. What the fuck is going on? And why do I need to now watch this?
Is the Concrete Jungle one where they took off the mat?
I don't know. It's him and Ortiz and Santana against the OGs. Hernandez, Homicide, and King.
It is. So this is the match where I thought it was, and King, it was insane. They took off the ring mat and they wrestled on top of the boards. So it looked like this, just for your reference, Bob. That's what it looked like.
Oh my God. Okay.
It was insane. So
That's
that was. I don't know if I remember that Konnan wrestled in that, but that's pretty interesting. Okay, so
I need to watch Konnan wrestling post 06 to see.
Well, it's so interesting though, because he's still around for a while, isn't he?
So that's the thing. I don't know. I feel like there definitely comes a time where he is not there.
Yep.
And I want to say it's when
he
like sues them.
Well, I'm sure we will cover it, but
right. So what I'm going to say, because I'll probably forget that I may know what's going on here. I think at some point he tries to say that they were going to pay for his surgery, and they don't. So then he has to sue them.
Okay.
And it's like a whole thing.
It looks like, I'm just looking really fast, like through these matches at post 2006. It looks like he is mostly generally in tag matches.
Right.
A lot with Ron Killings, believe it or not. But there's a gauntlet, but like you can be protected in that still pretty well.
It's a lot of like 6 mans and tags.
Yeah. Huh. There's a 3-way. That's random. In 2008. Yeah, so this is really interesting to me. I guess I didn't realize that we were like at the end. Oh, a singles. I found a singles against Latin Lover in 2008. Well, the more you know. Oh, look at freaking hair versus hair against Vampiro. Are you shitting me? Oh, I accidentally just took a
Konnan doesn't have.
I don't know.
That's like when he fought Mike Osman on a hair versus hair match in 2001.
This is 2009. At Ray de Reyes, 2009.
It doesn't have any.
Vampiro versus. Well, guess what? Somehow Konnan lost. Hold on. We're doing live research here, guys. Konnan versus Vampiro. Hair versus hair. I need to see what the hair looks like. Okay. Believe it or not, Bob, he does not have hair. It's on YouTube. It's 33 minutes.
The match with the hair versus hair match is 33 minutes?
Yeah, and guess what? He doesn't have hair.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. This must be like other matches, too. Oh, no. Dude, what is the match then? He doesn't have any hair.
Tell you, man.
Look at, he's wearing his old gear. Look at this. Do you want to come over early tonight, Bob, and we can watch this match?
I'm not watching a 33-minute match.
No, it's not. I'm already halfway through the video, and it's like not even starting.
Oh. Well,
so, if you come over a couple minutes early, I'll throw it on. Anyways, well, this is all very interesting. I'm just very surprised about it. So, anyway, let's get into some news and notes here, Bob. Because I got some bad news to kick us off. We always love some good bad news. TNA got some bad news on April 3rd when Spike announced that when The Ultimate Fighter Season 3 ends, it has 2 new programs planned for Thursday nights in the 10 p.m. slot. There will be a comedy called Raising the Roof at 10 p.m. and a show patterned loosely on the Beverly Hillbillies. And the actual lead-in for Impact, because remember, Impact's on at 11, right? Remember, they switched it, so it's Ultimate Fighter and whatever else, and then Impact at 11 still, but on Thursdays instead. Now, the actual lead-in will be The Dudesons at 10:30 p.m., a big hit from TV in Finland about 4 childhood friends living near Arctic Circle who do crazy stunts. Now, if you're wondering why I'm even telling you what it is because doesn't that just sound so great that you would watch that before Impact? Now, the negatives are twofold. First, TNA hoped to get moved to 10 p.m., real prime time when the season was over. Second, unlike Ultimate Fighter, These lead-ins don't look to be the slightest bit beneficial. This new schedule starts July 6th, at which point, now for the long term, it appears the move from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. isn't necessarily the positive we thought it was. Both shows are short-lived, though, only scheduled for 2 months, and will be gone when the next Ultimate Fighter season starts toward the end of the year. At this point, the schedule starting after Ultimate Fighter is Unleashed at 9 p.m., the two comedies at 10 and 10:30, followed by Impact. So Dave says that this makes no sense, and it wouldn't shock me to see it changed. So, not necessarily great news.
No.
But that is the way the cookie crumbles here in TNA. The Hall of Fame ceremony, Bob, they went head-to-head with Impact when it aired, and it did a 1.8 rating. Very good. Huge success, he says. This is when Bret Hart got inducted.
Okay.
So it's largely built about Bret Hart, although both Hart and Guerrero were both the draws.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it did really good. Last year it did a 1.29 rating. So it was up significantly.
Mm-hmm. Well,
now going
Bret.
Right. But see, that's interesting because the year before was around Hulk Hogan and Piper were going in. And there was no competition. Now, going against it, TNA did its lowest rating ever on Spike with a 0.57. 664,000 viewers. Now, total viewers was second lowest ever, as one show went against a UFC pay-per-view, ended up doing worse. Now, worse, the show lost viewers in almost every quarter, falling as low as a 0.5 against the Guerrero induction. So, pretty big hit. It's a pretty big one. It's not good.
No, that's not good at all. And I know for a fact that I watched Bret getting inducted.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I ever watched the Hall of Fame for like many years.
Bret was a must watch. What was another one? There was another one. I feel like Scott Hall's I watched.
Oh yeah, dude. I was watching everyone by then. I stopped watching them though because then and I feel like half the time they were going like 8 hours. It felt like because the speeches were so long.
Oh my god, yeah.
So like I'd watch like the first half and I'd never finish it.
Yeah, they were pretty long.
And then they like stopped doing that, but then I don't know. The last few years I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Maybe this year if there's some good ones, I'll check it out.
They haven't announced anybody, have they?
No, they usually start doing it like this week, I think. There's peek behind the curtain, guys. It's March 3rd today.
Right.
So, yeah. Interesting. Who do you think it's going to be? I haven't even heard rumors.
I haven't heard anything.
That's what I mean. I don't know.
Batista?
I could see that. Speaking of some more potentially bad news here. This is my last big note, and then I'm going to have you give me an opinion on some others here, live on air. All sorts of things have come up regarding the international and the World X Cup due to dealings with both New Japan and CMLL, or in the latter case, lack of dealings. After first being given the okay for Mystico, Ultimo Dragon, Rey Bucanero, and Ultimo Dragon for the X Cup, which will start on the April 24th TV taping, there were all sorts of problems dealing with TNA. For some reason, TNA sent in a second list of talent, which included Perro Gallo Jr., I'm going to butcher so many of these names in this note, dude, Mephisto, and Averno, which they thought was approved. But then CMLL sent back a list of talents that they were willing to send, and the key was not one person that TNA requested was on that list. At the same time, Antonio Pena, who has booked Jeff Jarrett and other TNA wrestlers, complained to Jarrett that he was using their talent, and it would look like him sending talent to WWE for them to be using CMLL talent. At this point, it looks like it'll be AAA with Shocker, Abismo Negro, both of whom have worked for TNA. Now, Konnan has heavily pushed Tijuana Flyer, or a Tijuana Flyer, that's not his name, called Extreme Tiger, because they want a high flyer on the team. And there are several names being talked about regarding the fourth position, including Zorro, Oriental, and Zambito. Pena is trying to send Oriental and Charlie Manson, although if TNA uses him, Dave says he'd expect a name change. The name Laparca has also been considered since he's probably the most popular wrestler in AAA, but the overall feeling on him is negative because the feeling is the American fan base will see him as putting a fake guy in a Laparca outfit and reject him. There is also a newcomer out of, I don't even know how to say this. I'm just gonna skip that. I'm gonna really butcher that one. Who doesn't have a national name in Mexico City, but is said to be a strong flyer who is under consideration. On the Japan side, the only change for the X Cup is for the better. Bob, you may know this name, Roki Goto. Should sound familiar to a lot of wrestling fans. Is the same Goto who is still currently in New Japan, and he's very good. But he is, at this time, considered the best worker of the company's young junior heavyweights. And he will be replacing Gato as things stand in the Japan team. So,
I don't know if I know Goto.
You've definitely seen a Goto match.
I mean, maybe. I just don't remember.
Like when me and Austin would make you watch Wrestle Kingdom with us, you've seen Goto matches.
Oh, yeah. One of those 9-hour shows. Yeah.
Yes. Correct. Now, Bob, you are the indie notes guy. So I can save these for when we do some indie notes. But I do have notes from both the March 31st house show in Danville, Virginia, and the April 1st show in Martinsville. Do you want to hear some of these notes?
Yeah, of course.
Let's do it. Because there's a lot of TNA stuff involved. The Danville. Sorry, it's probably Danville or Danville. I don't know. Virginia show.
I would say Danville.
Danville. March 31st, it was the house show before 800 fans. This is the second one. This isn't the main house show, I don't think. Right? I'm losing track of our dates here.
Well, the April 1st would have been the night 2.
So this is night 1.
Yeah.
Is this the one we already talked about then?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so, because one of the matches sticks out to me like a sore thumb. So I'm just going to say it's not. Well, anyways, the Naturals beat AMW in a non-title match on this show.
What?
Yeah. Rhino pinned Abyss in only about 5 minutes with a low blow and a gore. Abyss is apparently, not apparently, we know this. He's obviously fighting. He's going for the world title here in the next pay-per-view. So Dave says, I don't know that he should be doing jobs this month on house shows, which is a very fair point.
I think that's a very good point.
Yeah. Now he says, I don't.
In a 5-minute match?
Yeah.
Rhino?
Yeah. He says he doesn't think it's as big of a deal as Samoa Joe, but regardless. Listen to this match. This match is wild to me. Jeff Hardy and Kip James defeated Maven and Jeff Jarrett. I believe this is the match that it was like it was supposed to be Shannon Moore and Jarrett originally.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, very random. Let's see how it ended here. Hardy used the Swanton on Maven for the double pin. So after Kip James used the Fameasser on Jarrett.
So you're telling me Kip pinned Jarrett?
I mean, technically, yes.
Yeah, it was a double pin. Well, okay.
They pinned Maven. Sorry.
Oh, they both pinned.
Oh, well, hold on. Okay, so James used the Fameasser on Jarrett, while Hardy used a Swanton on Maven. Oh, so they both pinned. Sorry, yes. Yeah. I was thinking they both were on top of one guy, but no, you're right. Yeah.
Well, so that wouldn't surprise me if Jarrett was like, I'm not being pinned, but Maven could be pinned by 2 people.
That's what I'm wondering, but hey. And then Team 3D won a street fight over Elix Skipper and David Young in the main event, with Brother Ray doing a powerbomb off the ropes onto Young for the pin. Pretty interesting. The April 1st show in Martinsville, Virginia, included a taping a match where highlights aired on the NASCAR pregame show on Fox on April 2nd. Only drew an estimated 500 fans, but those who were there were hot. So they were a very exciting group of fans. Now, this is that huge list of drivers we discussed last week while we're in attendance.
Oh, okay, right.
Now, the real main event on this one was Hermie Sadler and Hammond in Team 3D over Jarrett, Eric Young, and AMW. So they won that one. And there's not a lot of other notes TNA wise. Besides Rhino apparently took an awkward bump off a ladder that looked like it landed bad on his lower back in a match where he again defeated Abyss.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff there though.
I mean, how much of it? Okay, but like realistically, how much damage is being done if Abyss is losing at a show with
500 fans? That's not like aired anywhere. Yeah, I think we're fine.
It's not.
I think we're fine. Bob, that's it. I have 4 quick notes that we'll talk about during the show, including someone who may be coming in very soon.
Goldberg.
It's close to Goldberg.
Jericho.
Maybe, to some people, it's close to Goldberg.
Okay. Well, that means it's not. All right. Well, if that's the case, let's get into the April 8th, 2006 edition of TNA Impact. I'm going to count down from 3 when I say play. That is when you're going to want to watch along with us and head over to TNA Plus or find it in your own personal collection. The approximate runtime for this is 43 minutes and 10 seconds. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
This is TNA, the new face of professional wrestling. Last week, it will only get worse from here. We're seeing that footage a little bit choppier than it was before of Christian getting thrown in the pool and drowned by Abyss. Click Doomsday. And right into the intro this week. No starting off the brawl. See, I understand why they never took Sabu out of the intro, because he's back.
Well, oh wait, they did take him out?
I don't know. I thought they did at one point. Or no,
I don't think they did.
No, that's what I mean. No, that's what I mean, is that I know why they didn't.
Oh, okay.
Because this whole plan, well, he's going to come back. Another qualifying match for the Team USA World X Cup. Abyss and AJ. Sting speaks live. Where is he? Sting again? 2 weeks in a row?
They're really just going for it.
It's actually kind of interesting because we're already seeing how like they tried to sparingly use him, and now it's like, oh, Sting's gonna be on Impact again, just so you know. And so it's picking up. We're gonna start using Sting a lot more.
Well, you know, we should have kept a count on like his appearances, because there's no way he's gonna have like a 52 like appearance thing.
Do you think when they film, we're getting Abyss and Styles to kick off the show? This is crazy.
That's weird. Well, Sting's probably gonna close it out.
No, that's true. Do you think that when he does like that pre-tape interview and he's like, "Hey, it's gonna be Lethal Lockdown," that's counting as an appearance?
That's a good question. I would say no.
I feel like it's not either.
I feel like an appearance would be like you got to be like in
live here.
Yeah. That's right.
Well, put it this way. He's only been live in the Impact Zone, if you're going to count this show, 4 or 5 times.
Well, he was there for New Year's, wasn't he? Or no, they just announced him for that.
No, that's what I mean. Then there was one Impact where they used his voice, but then he appeared on the next one.
Yeah.
I think. Then he was at Final Resolution. That was his debut. He retired the 2 weeks after. Oh, that's the one where they used his voice, I think, right? It was Final Resolution was the first appearance in the Impact Zone.
Right.
He did not appear the week after. He appeared the week after that, though. So that's on the. But does appearance count as a taping, though? Some talent it does, some talent it doesn't. Because if it's taping wise, that's 2 shows. Tonight is the same as last week's taping. So is that 2 appearances or is that 1 appearance?
Yeah, that's really, I don't know.
For Sting, I don't know.
Right. No.
For guys like AJ Styles, well, I'm just using AJ as an example. Hey, if I'm getting paid per appearance on TV,
yeah,
that's 2 payment. He's getting paid twice.
Yeah.
But Sting has you're getting 500,000 for the year or whatever it is.
Yeah. So he's probably just a flat rate for the month or something, maybe. I don't know. I got a few indie notes here for Bess. You've already mentioned the Rhino matches, so I won't repeat those. Back on March 18th, Abyss defeated Dennis Gregory at International Wrestling Cartel's The Road to Super Indy 5. March 19th, Tommy Dreamer defeated Abyss and James Champagne at Blood, Sweat, and Ears, Shamrocks, and Shenanigans. And then on March 24th, Abyss retained the BPW Heavyweight Championship when he lost to Dustin Thomas by disqualification. But guess what? Titles don't change by disqualification anywhere other than the NWA.
It was a really nice pop-up Hurricane Rana that Styles just hit on Abyss, and now he's going off the rope. He was going to go for a dive, but Abyss got up on the apron.
Oh, Jesus Christ. AJ Styles has a bunch of fucking indie notes, so this will be fun. March 18th, AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels teamed up in a losing effort against Davey Richards and Super Dragon in a match for the PWG World Tag Team Championships at Beyond the Thunderdome. March 24th, AJ Styles defeated Harry Smith for Pro Wrestling Elite, raising the stakes. March 25th, AJ Styles defeated Jay Lethal at Jersey All Pro Spring Massacre. March 26th, Christopher Daniels retained the TNA X Division Championship by defeating AJ Styles at Maryland Championship Wrestling Phenomenal Final 4. March 30th, AJ Styles teamed up with Matt Sydal to defeat the Do Fixer team of Dragon Kid and holy mackerel, I don't know how to pronounce his tag team partner, but it's at Ring of Honor's Dragon Gate Challenge. And then on March 31st, AJ and Sydal defeated Austin Aries and Jack Evans at Ring of Honor's Supercard of Honor. And then I don't know if there's something in April for AJ, so let's see. Of course there is. April 1st, AJ competed in a 4-corner survival match, but he lost because Samoa Joe defeated AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, and Jimmy Yang at Ring of Honor's Better Than Our Best.
He is keeping busy, dude.
Yes, and I think that show is yes it is. It is the WrestleMania weekend.
Oh, okay.
Because
that makes sense.
Because also on that Better Than Our Best show is Lance Storm returning to the ring, losing to Bryan Danielson in the Ring of Honor World Title match.
Oh, wow.
So.
Oh, Thursday's at 11 certain this week. So.
The 13th.
Holy crap. What? Well, actually, that's a great. Okay, this is a great transition then. Our episode, they're going to drop on a different day. I would say.
Oh, so we are switching. I thought you said you weren't going to.
I was waiting to see until it actually happened.
Oh.
And here's the other thing: is I realized this is So let's see. It's March 3rd. We're a day off right now because it was a leap year here in 2024. So our episodes are technically dropping a day earlier than they would have aired. So I'm going to use the Thursday as a reset. So, just for reference here. So the 13th, we're going to drop a day early. We're going to be dropping on Saturdays again.
Oh, no kidding. Perfect.
Which
Start
means
your weekend off with some TNA Crossline podcast.
that's right. And what's the date of lockdown again, Bob? Remind me here.
23rd.
23rd. So our pay-per-views should be theoretically dropping on Tuesdays now. So there's a little bit more of a gap between show and pay-per-view, and we're going to be changing that up slightly. Hopefully I'll remember to make some kind of post to let everyone know on our social media pages, which you can follow at Cross the Line TNA on Twitter or TNA Cross the Line Pod over on Facebook. As Abyss hits the shock treatment, takes out AJ.
Oh, I thought he pinned him, but AJ got his foot on the rope. Do AJ and Abyss ever have like a bad match together?
No.
It seems like the perfect dynamic of like Abyss being the big guy and AJ being
Mm-hmm.
the high flyer.
Yeah. What did they just say?
They just
What
said on
did they just say?
April 13th, Sting's first national television match in 5 years.
Holy shit.
So he's
dude.
on the April 13th show.
Whoa.
That is bonkers. What?
Casually mentioned that.
Holy shit.
Mitchell just swept the leg of Styles with the cane.
I mean,
Dude.
okay, you know, of course, okay, yeah, he's wrestled that Final Resolution, so they've done that. But wow, they're just gonna. It's got to be against Shelley, right?
Shelley makes sense because of the whole filming thing, but part of me is wondering if it could be Eric Young too, though, or something, because he was like,
Right.
I don't know.
It's either one of those two. It's not going to be like
Shelley,
oh,
Abyss is just grabbing a bag of thumbtacks.
yeah, no big deal.
Wait, something's happening in the back.
Who is it? Christian Cage is here with a
Holy
tire
shit,
iron.
Christian Cage is back?
With a tire iron. Oh no!
I like that he was driving with that in his hand. Oh, he's in the ring.
Got to the ring pretty fucking quick.
That was a tire iron. No, a very quick cut is what that weird editing right there. But one Christian's back.
You son of a bitch! Oh, he missed. Oh, Abyss ducked it and he bailed. Oh, he dropped the tire iron.
Son of a bitch.
But
Abyss grabbed his chain and ran away.
Christian can't make up his mind. He was going to go for the tire iron, and he said, "Fuck it, I'll just go after him with my fists."
Abyss is like running away, which is very interesting. Oh, security's holding Cage back though. Holy shit! He just like hip tossed one of the security guys under the concrete. Holy shit!
He's throwing them into the ramp.
Who are those guys? Because they're bumping like stars. Is that Butterbean? What's happening? That's Butterbean.
Butterbean.
Okay, well, the ref. Okay, I guess it's a no contest.
Yeah, it's got to be a no contest. I mean, technically, Abyss would have won that by disqualification. Because
yes,
Christian got involved, but they're not going to give Abyss a win. Why would they do that?
Well, Bob, speaking of Christian Cage. Oh, wait, hold on. He's going to talk. Hold on. You guys got to wait now.
Got charisma.
And it just says Christian Cage on the back. James Mitchell, you want an answer? At lockdown? Oh, is he going to accept the challenge finally? Okay, yes, it's official now.
I would have laughed if he was like, my answer is no.
No way. Oh.
I am scared.
Well, we know that, Christian.
Yeah,
6 sides of unforgiving steel. Are you prepared to die?
Is that
Because
where
I
that's
am.
from? I've been wondering where that quote's been at. Are you prepared to die? Because I am. I didn't realize that was for Lockdown. Huh.
JB's with Team 3D in the back. That's huge news. They were in street clothes. Look at Brother Ray right now, dude, with the sunglasses.
Well, they have shirts on, but
Wait.
T-Mom looks like as if he wants to explode out of the shirt.
Oh, fucking A, dude. An anthem match.
And
Team Canada versus Team 3D. Let's see what they have to say, and then I'll give you that note I was going to give you guys. Team Canada, it's going to take a lot more than the 5 of you to leave us dead and buried. And speaking of dead and buried, don't ever put a Canadian flag over us again. I don't want your stinking colors on my skin. Ugh. You're a second-rate country. You're a bunch of pansies. Blech. I hate this. You will not survive in Six-Sided Steel. When the Red One raises to the rafters, we put our hands over our hearts and say the national anthem. Oh God, he's doing the Pledge of Allegiance here, guys. What? We are one tag team under God. Indestructible. With 6 sides of steel and tables for all. I like the twist. Some may look at that as a little offensive, but still to come, Sting live in the Impact Zone. Okay, Bob. Well, Tyson Tomko requested his release at Monday Night Raw and is gone from the company. And the rumor from the WWE side is that he'll be heading to TNA in 90 days.
90 days, so that would be, so what, August probably? July?
Yeah, July-ish.
So, I mean, he would have to align, the idea being he would align with Christian, right?
I would have to assume, right?
Or does he come in like thinking he's going to align with him and then he's a heel?
That would work.
Yeah.
Get ready for the arm wrestling match. Accompanied to the ring by Homicide. Very interesting.
Just Homicide.
Very interesting. So, Hot Stuff Hernandez has already wrestled with LAX on Explosion. But on Impact, our main show, we are only coming out with Homicide. Wait a second. We're about to see a debut.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but they just said that Daniels is defending against Samoa Joe on April 13th as well.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
As you were saying that.
Are we about to watch another pay-per-view?
I could see Hernandez coming in here and just beating the shit out of Billy Bob.
Well, if he comes out with both members of the James Gang, Hernandez is 1,000% debuting. Yep, dude, there it is. Dude, I'm calling it. And then are we going to see, okay, new prediction is Bullet Bob comes out. Are we going to see James Gang against the new LAX and then just them get their ass kicked? Either
their ass kicked.
Yeah, I think the James Gang would get whooped with her. I think Hernandez is going to be like that missing piece that Konnan's been looking for LAX.
Right.
Because honestly, right now, LAX kind of looks like dweebs. I mean, can we be real? They made a big debut when they attacked Bullet Bob backstage and like looked really tough. But then they lost Apollo, had to get Machete, who unfortunately is just a small guy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, Machete didn't help that group.
Homicide's holding the slapjack behind his hand, by the way. Or his back, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Look, the ref's trying to get it from him. He's trying to.
Ruby, wait a minute. Did he just eject Homicide?
He did. Did he just tell James Gang that they're fine? Or no, he's making them leave too.
Yeah, but I don't know. Are they leaving? Are they going backstage, or they're just leaving the ring?
I don't know.
This is not a feud settler today. Arm wrestling? Oh, they are going backstage.
Oh, okay.
Hernandez is definitely coming out.
Yeah, well, now it makes even more sense.
I mean, come on. He has to be.
Let's do it like we used to back in the Marine Corps. Oh, here we go. We're locking arms. Now, interesting note, though, Bob. We don't know if it's happening, of course, but the day before our last show, according to Cage Match, March 31st is when Hernandez made his in-ring debut with Homicide. At least aired.
Okay, right. So that would have taped a few days before that, right? Or like a week before that?
That's the part that... Hold on. Do I have it open still?
Either way, this crowd has likely seen Hernandez with Homicide.
I think, yeah. Oh, Konnan. He's pulling away. Look at the guns on Bullet Bob.
Wait, Bullet Bob. If he touches the padding, he loses. But he's like, not today, dude. I'm 70. Look at Konnan overselling this. There he is!
Yeah, there he is.
That's Hernandez.
He hit the Bullet Bob with the slapjack.
Dude, what a great call. I would not have even...
Oh!
Konnan hit him right over the head.
Long time
we
since
have
we've
seen Hernandez. Look at TNA. He was part of the elite guard. I forgot about that.
Dude, freaking dude is shredded.
I totally forgot about the elite guard. And
See, we're cutting away a little too quick for me from that.
Yeah, you gotta let that sizzle.
But that is that's very exciting.
Dude, Hernandez is a perfect fit for fucking LAX. That's so good.
Just for the record, according to Dave Meltzer, that match with Hernandez and Homicide was taped on March 14th.
Oh wow. All right. So he's been there for almost a month already?
Yeah, because this show was taped on the 28th.
Okay.
We're backstage with Larry Zbyszko right now. Bob's throwing shit. Wait, Larry Zbyszko is getting calls from companies all over the world. Oh. Daniels is going to fight Jushin Thunder Liger.
What?
On April 13th? Or no, sorry. Okay. So Liger's fighting Daniels at Lockdown. So we're either going to have an X Division title match between Liger and Daniels or Samoa Joe and Sabu. Slick Johnson, he wants to referee the X Division match this Thursday. He goes, I got referee Rudy Charles. I don't need you. What is this gimmick? What is this leading to? Wait, the new guy that TNA is bringing in. Wait, are we getting a new director of operations?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I don't even know who that would be. I don't even have a guess for that one. Here come Diamonds in the Rough.
You know what? Because you mentioned it before. If they could get it, are they teasing Bischoff?
Oh, that would be fucking insane, dude. In 2006? Well, is he still part of Raw, though?
No, because he left.
He's gone?
The night. Yeah, I think so. Wasn't his last appearance after SummerSlam when he gets thrown in a dumpster?
Oh, yeah.
SummerSlam 05, the night after.
Okay.
Because like Jericho loses to Cena.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Both Jericho and Bischoff are gone after that.
Yeah. Look at this.
Pretty
Sports Illustrated. We're seeing the image of the magazine. Simon Diamond's on commentary. Speaking of more people that are going to be coming into TNA that have nothing to do with what we're watching right now, Daniel Puder told Alex Marvez that he was considering going to TNA because their schedule would allow him plenty of time to continue his MMA training. Quote, I think I would bring something that kind of already have there with Samoa Joe, but at the same time, nobody in the United States has ever really done wrestling and MMA at the same time. And then it's also being said that he's expected, to believe it or not, to be at the April 10th show, but he's going to look to get in as opposed to being working on the show. So he's going to just show up and try to get a job, essentially.
Okay.
Shark Boy and Norman Smiley are facing the Diamonds in the Rough. This is an extremely random tag team match on the show. I like that they keep bringing in Norman Smiley for some reason. Oh, that's why. The sirens.
Yeah.
It's Scott Steiner.
Oh,
it's all of Team Jarrett. Because there's Jarrett AMW.
So they're just going to kill all these guys? Or?
Well, Jarrett just took Simon Diamond's spot on the commentary booth. And yeah, Scott Steiner and AMW are in the ring beating the shit out of Shark Boy Norman Smiley. Jeff Jarrett said, this is on Sting's hands. You like that Scott Steiner's shirt is his new chest tattoo, and on the back it just says Big Papa Pump. Or no, Big Bad Booty Daddy, as it says.
Yeah, it's great. Big Bad Booty Daddy.
I just saw Scott Steiner was getting some heat on Twitter. Did you see this? Because people are saying he was ripping fans off, quote. That
Steiner was?
Yeah, that apparently the venue or whoever was hosting him gave one price, and then you'd get to the front of the line and he was charging double. I don't know. I didn't read too much into it, but I will say I met Scott Steiner years ago, and he was very nice. So I have nothing against Scott Steiner.
Well, he did not want us to talk to him at Denny's.
That was after we already met him. So that was... Did we tell that story on here? Probably not, because we haven't really seen
No, he
Scott
hasn't
Steiner.
been on.
So Scott Steiner's beating the shit out of Norman Smiley here. There was a big-time wrestling show here in Syracuse, and me, Bob, and our friend Austin went to said show. Me and Austin met Scott Steiner, and he wrestled on the match. Didn't he fight, like... Who did he fight at that show? Was it, like, Sabu or something, like, crazy like that?
Oh, my God. Did he fight Sabu? He might have. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, I'm so bad I don't know what he's saying.
Me? You know what I said?
Yeah, there we go. I hear you.
Yeah, no, I don't know who he fought.
Okay. He's got the Steiner recliner locked in on Norman Smiley as Chris Harris was holding up the tag team title to his face. Anyways, we saw Scott Steiner at Denny's, and he, as soon as we walked in, he knew 3 wrestling fans just walked in because the dude grabbed his phone and was pretending to be on the phone. We did not bother him, for the record.
Oh, absolutely not.
But it was hilarious.
And by the looks of it, he was just drinking coffee.
Yeah, he was just chilling. Best of the bloodiest brawls. That was quite the beat down there. I was wondering why we... That makes 2 matches tonight, Bob B. No contest, though.
That's all right. I like how Chris Harris put the tag titles in Smiley's face as if Norman Smiley was actively going after the tag team championship.
I know.
You're never getting these, Norman. No matter how many times you try.
Scott Steiner's out of control. They smashed a chair.
Yeah. Are we never going to see Norman Smiley again?
I have no idea, dude.
Oh, he's doing a stretcher job.
Oh, God.
He might be cooked. Or is this going to be like the revenge of the Big Wiggle? And like in a couple of months, Screaming Norman's going to come out and he's going to beat people up. You never know. All right. I only have... Jesus Christ. Well, I guess I have a bunch for fucking Roderick Strong. who was in this match. I mean, we haven't seen him on TNA television in a long time because he's got a boatload of notes, but I'm not gonna go through all of these. There's just no way. March 4th. I'm all the way back to March 4th, and there's other ones I could do, but I'm gonna cherry pick the options here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Roderick Strong teamed up with Jack Evans in a losing effort against Davey Richards and Super Dragon in a match for the PWG World Tag Team titles at Hollywood Globetrotters in LA. He teamed up with Aries and Seidel for CZW's When Two Worlds Collide on March 11th, defeating Eddie Kingston, Ruckus, and Necro Butcher. March 17th, Roderick Strong lost to Bryan Danielson in a match for the FIP Heavyweight Championship. March 24th, Necro Butcher defeated Roderick Strong at IWA Mid-South's Hurt. March 25th, Roderick Strong teamed with Jack Evans to defeat the Briscoe brothers at Ring of Honor's Best in the World. March 30th, Blood Generation, which was Sima Masayoto Yoshino and Naruko Doi, defeated Aries, Evans, and Strong at Ring of Honor Dragon Gate Challenge. March 31st, Bryan Danielson defeated Roderick Strong to retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. That was at Supercard of Honor. And then I'm sure there's April ones here, since we're on the... Yeah, of course there is. April 1st, Aries and Strong retained the tag team titles, defeating Blood Generation at Ring of Honor's Better Than Our Best. And that appears to be it for now.
This is a pretty interesting match here. Strong, Chase Stevens, and Alex Shelley. I feel like Shelley's like the given, don't you?
To win, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be. My only last note, too, that I have, Bob, is that Scott D'Amore went to the Ring of Honor show in Detroit on March 3rd, which you're wondering, wow, that's far long away, and it is. I'm wondering if he was trying to recruit talent or what he was doing there, but I don't know.
Or maybe like a working relationship.
Yeah, could be. But that's all my notes as well for the show. So we get to enjoy this match here, and Sting's going to be coming out here in a bit.
Sting.
And then he's wrestling on our next show, so that was nice.
Wild. That was a nice backbreaker by Robert.
Look at Shelley just taunting.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to win. He just wants to film people. Unbeknownst
it's him and Strong as a tag team, right?
No, it's Shelley and Jimmy Rave.
Jimmy Rave.
The Embassy. Roderick Strong is teaming with Austin Aries. And Jack Evans as Generation Next.
That's what I was thinking of. Okay.
Shelley was originally in Generation Next.
Okay.
In Ring of Honor, and then got kicked out. And joined the Embassy.
And that's why he likes the taunt.
Yes, he likes the Embassy taunt. He thoroughly enjoys it. To the point where he's doing the taunt non-Embassy. So does he still do it?
I feel like he does.
He might. I don't know. I haven't paid attention.
It's kind of the Alex Shelley taunt now. That's right. There's not really a lot. Now they're just kicking Chase Stevens. So do we think that they're punishing Douglas, or are they selling the beatdown? Or both?
Well, it's gotta be both. And then I'm doubly confused because he no-showed the Hermie shows, but then he's booked on the Hermie shows.
Yeah, I don't know.
And on the Hermie shows, they defeated AMW.
Yeah.
So it's like you're disciplining a guy that still gets booked by the company he no-showed and is apparently winning matches on those shows. That's kind of weird.
Okay, well, I had to just double check. They are not done. I just wanted to make sure.
No, I didn't think they were done yet. But
I was worried. I was getting worried. Because
there's still like one major thing that they do.
Okay.
But I'm not really sure when that starts. Stevens with a drop kick on Shelley in midair as he came off the top rope.
Well, Andy Douglas's career kind of just tapers away, huh? Jeez. Whoa, did you know about this match? As Strong goes for the pin. Andy Douglas, we had to have talked about this before. Andy Douglas's final match was on July 9th, 2016, where the Naturals fought AMW in a 24-minute match.
We've definitely talked about that before.
USACW. Championship Wrestling.
I think that's on YouTube.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I wonder if it's good. 2016, that's pretty long away from their really both teams' prime, so
Yeah, and I know like Chris Harris like seemingly recently has had like a resurgence.
yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm loving
it. Absolutely. I don't know how he was doing in 2016 necessarily, but
that's what I mean. Is like I feel like that's not. I mean, I don't even know Andy Douglas. It looks like he didn't wrestle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight years, nothing. And even before that, in 2010, it's not like he does like 2 matches, 3 matches.
I think he had matches in between that time because he had a series of matches against Chase Stevens.
What company?
Like Tennessee, somewhere in Tennessee.
Sliced bread number 2 gets the win for Shelley.
Yeah.
Well, no, dude. Look at in 2009, he fights Chase Stevens a couple times.
Oh, so maybe it's just 09 then?
Including a last man standing match.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about then. I thought that was like 2011.
I like that finish for Shelley, by the way.
No, they have a bunch of matches. There's a tables match, regular match.
Jay Lethal, Sanjay, Chris Sabin, and Shelley are team.
I think I got to do a Chase Stevens, Andy Douglas retrospective, dude, because
I think you were about to. Yeah. We're back on Impact, and it's time to hear from the man called Sting. Here he comes. Dunna, dunna, dunna. Oh, dude, the tunnel with Sting coming out of it like that is so cool. He's got the mic in hand already, too.
He's a pro.
I did. I just found the freaking match from 2016, baby. Let's go. Bob, come over at 6. We got to watch Konnan and Vampiro Hair vs. Hair, and we got to watch this 26-minute match. Dude, Andy Douglas looks in wicked good shape in this. He's got his hair cut. Whoa! Sting's yelling. Let's go, baby.
Okay, so I'll say it after this promo.
Yeah, we got to hear what Sting's got to say here. I love wrestling. Yeah, we know. You did it for 18 years after this. And I love TNA wrestling. So do I, Sting. On Spike TV. Me too. I like how he's doing the promo in the flashing lights. It was sweet because of all the reasons I just gave you. It was bitter, though, because Jeff Jarrett decided to put everything on film that is important to me in my life. Everything that's sacred to me in my life my wife, my 2 sons, my 6-year-old daughter. You stepped over the line, Jeff. You made me a little bitter. I thought he was about to say you made me a little bitch. Could you imagine? Sting goes, Jarrett, you made me a little bitch. He's going to goozle Jeff Jarrett's little throat.
Certain
And he did it.
satisfaction. Like stratisfaction?
I got one up that night. He got one up because he had some artillery. Brought people from his past. Scotty Steiner, big pop-up pump. You know what that did? It shook off a few more layers of rust. Did you see, by the way, Jeffrey Jarrett just said versus Steve Borden on the sign? Did you see that Shop AEW has this art piece of Sting throughout the years? And it's like, well, let me pull it up and show you while I'm talking. It's very cool.
Who did this?
It's on Shop AEW. It's like this panoramic art print of Sting throughout the years. I have a bone to pick with it.
Of course you do.
What do you think my bone is? Okay, so
There's got to be some kind of accuracy issue.
yeah, old school Sting. Hold on, I have an effect on my.
There's no wolf pack.
That's it. Okay. Whoa. First off, whoa. That is a really fucking great point. You want these? Okay, here's some TNA, right?
Yeah, man.
I feel like
Mafia.
Yeah, but we're missing. I'll keep going so you can see. Then we're in AEW, okay? This TNA section, to me, is missing a very major Sting attire moment. You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
What the fuck? It's when he wears the red and black trunks with no stinglet top. Maybe it's a Bound for Glory attire?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, come on, though. Come on. It's stupid. They are literally skipping between that Sting, WCW, and Main Event Mafia Sting. They're skipping like 4 years. But in AEW, we have seven Sting in T-shirt. I'm just saying. There is one.
Is there
two,
WWE
three,
version
four,
Sting in
five.
there? Or no?
No, there's not actually.
Well, that's bullshit.
That's really interesting, actually.
Did they not do Wolfpack Sting because like it kept to a color scheme that would have stuck out real bad if he was in the Wolfpack?
Well, that's what I'm wondering about the other one too. And actually, now that you say that, I'm wondering if they only use Japan Stings.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I can't.
Yeah.
Well, the TNA one I'm still gonna knock. But anyways, Jarrett just came out with Team Jarrett, and Sting is back up.
The entire locker room?
Yeah. Who did we see? The James Yang, AJ, Rhino, Ron Killings,
Saban, Chase Stevens, Sanjay.
Saban hopefully is not concussed anymore. Oh no, that was the last week. Ha!
It's the same taping. So
Never mind, same taping.
Is Saban holding onto someone's shoulder so he doesn't tip over?
He might have been. Okay, we're ending the show with like a highlight thing.
Yeah, music video thing.
This is usually what they do for a go home episode for a pay-per-view, but
well, this is the go home show before they're switched to Thursdays. So maybe it's the same.
Wow. Okay, before we talk about our excitement for that, Bob, what do you think of this episode?
I enjoyed it. It was fine. Oh, this is like highlighting several weeks because they showed the Douglas beatdown and now Smiley. Okay, so this is not just for today's episode.
Okay. I thought it was too.
Yeah. No, it was that was fine. That was fine.
I agree.
I'm
I
really
thought,
looking forward to this Thursday show. We got Joe Daniels, you have Sting just casually coming back for the first time in 5 years on national television. No big deal.
like, what?
Yeah.
Are we serious? We're about to watch a fucking wicked loaded, arguably one of our most loaded impacts ever.
Yeah. That's like not a special.
I feel like it might literally be the biggest episode of Impact we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Do we think they can pull a 1.0 rating finally?
With that lineup, they should be able to. If you can't break a 1 with
The Stinger?
Sting's return to like the ring, like I don't know. At that point, you probably need to like kind of look at your investment.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Wow. This is pretty exciting. I can't wait for that freaking show.
But then again, it's also on a Thursday. And Thursday nights, man, that's tough.
At 11.
If it was like if it was still on Saturday, that's
full
what I.
full contact Thursdays.
Yeah, well, just because it's a theme doesn't mean it's gonna work. I'd be interested to know what the rating was for the Saturday replay, which I'm sure they'll have.
I'm sure we'll talk about it. Yeah.
Sting thing. But okay, so I did something during the show.
Oh boy.
And I wasn't sure if I was gonna get a response before.
You got a response for something.
Yeah. So
Vince
Russo has been or has like a fantasy baseball league. Apparently now 3 of them.
What is about to happen right now?
So he was like, people are asking about doing this. To do a 4th league. And I was like, you know what? Let's see what's going on. So I emailed and I go, hey, fantasy, I'm interested in this fantasy baseball. Because I've been in a fantasy baseball league with my friends for 15 years. So I know how to play. So he replies back to me, and I can't help but laugh at this scenario. So it's a 12-team league, which is quite a bit, but that's fine. Whatever. Now here's the kicker. The fee is $110.
Okay.
$100 for the league, and then a $10 registration fee. And it's a Yahoo Points league. Now, I just want to point out right now that to set up a fantasy baseball league on Yahoo, ESPN, whatever, is completely free. So a registration fee of $10, and he is competing in the league. So 11 people are giving him $10 to be part of this league. Guess what that equates to? $110.
Mm-hmm.
So Vince Russo, would be playing in his league essentially for free based off of people's registration fees to be paid to him.
Okay.
I thought that's hilarious.
That is very interesting.
So he's doing these leagues, and it's like, okay, well, if I lose, I didn't lose anything because people are playing with me.
Right.
And I got a $10 registration fee. But then if I win anything, because top 3 teams pay out, then I fucking profit. I don't lose nothing. That it blows my mind.
He's a businessman.
That's incredible. It's just incredible. It's incredible.
Now, the big question: are you joining?
That's a tough question, man.
How good are you at it?
I've been doing it for 15 years. I've won a couple of times with my friends, which is another 12-team league. So I've done, and it's points based, so that's what I play in. I've been like top 3. out of 15 years, probably like 6 or 7 times.
Man. I sort of listen. I don't want to peer pressure you into spending $110. I'm not gonna, so I won't do that. However, if you do that, we will be having weekly updates on the TNA Crossline podcast about how Bob is doing in the Vince Russo.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do I just do it and just be like, yo, here's my update because like I'm playing against Vince Russo. Like I'm playing Vince Russo this week in fantasy baseball.
That's insane. That's insane. Wow. That would be funny. Well, you have to keep us posted if you decide to do this. Because that is so funny.
He has 4 leagues, Dallas.
That's a lot.
It's like $10 a pop, 12 people. He's making money, essentially, unless he has to pay out on the payouts. But I guess the idea would be like, hey, I'm playing in a fantasy baseball league against Vince Russo.
I think so really, yeah. I mean, so you can't even knock him for what he's doing because
no. I'm not. I just think it's hilarious.
Well, it's smart.
It's smart, but it's absolutely hilarious. I was not expecting like a registration fee to play against him.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, we'll have to keep that updated for our. I feel like
I just have to do it.
I'll know tonight. You guys will know next week.
But the other thing too is like I don't know my Yahoo fucking sign-in shit.
Well, you'd have to figure that out and or make a new one. You can use mine if you want.
Oh wait. Do I not even have it linked up to this anymore? Yeah, I might have to just make a new one.
Starting fresh. Wrestling, and you got to do like wrestling recaps, something, so that he's like, "What's that?" And then he looks it up, and Vince Russo's reading your website now.
If I had to guess, he probably has already.
Well, there you go.
The
more you know. Well, this is really funny. I did not expect you to be saying that.
No.
Well.
So that's my life. If I can figure out my Yahoo info, I might as well just do this. Cause like I don't care. I've spent a lot more money on dumber things than playing fantasy baseball against Vince Russo and a bunch of his friends.
Fair enough.
All right. Dallas, did you have something else or no?
No, dude, that's it. I'm really pumped for next week's show. I was gonna say lockdown, but I mean, let's be real. I think getting before lockdown this next show is freaking like loaded. I can't wait. I'm really excited, and I hope everyone else is excited to join us as we watch our first Thursday episode of Impact, and then as we continue our march toward lockdown.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Our next episode, Sting returns to the ring on national television for the first time since the last Nitro over 5 years ago. And then also, of course, Joe and Daniels squaring off for the X Division Championship. Who knows what else we will see next week, but be sure to join us as we continue on to watch TNA Wrestling as we head towards Lockdown 2006. Until next week, for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Across the Line podcast.